Hey everyone! Welcome to a new episode of Dating with Confidence. This is the place to be if you're looking to create the best love relationship for yourself. And this is the place to be if you're ready to take full responsibility for everything that is in your life, including the version of your guy or your girl. This channel and these articles and audios are not for the faint-hearted ones. They are not for anyone who gives up when the going gets tough. This here is for the gutsy ones, the real conscious creators with balls, with vision, with persistence, and with mental strength. So now that we've got the frame clear, let's get into the topic of this video or blog, depending where you get this information first. New rules. So why new rules? Well, because all of the other rules, all of the old rules that you probably operate from automatically are based in old world thinking. They are based on what happens outside of me, comes from outside of me. And new rules are based on you. Whatever you see, whatever you experience is a reflection of you, your consciousness. So I listed some rules, and you can make up a whole bunch yourself too. But let's first get into what I came up with. So rule number 1. Don't assume bad stuff. Maybe you've heard of to assume makes an ass out of you and me, which is a nice play of words, and it's very true. And what's more, what you assume you make true simply because you assume it. You are writing the script, remember? So whatever you think is true will prove itself to be true. So when you assume better than the best. Stop finding arguments why you feel the way that you do or why you have created the thing, the person, the situation that you have created. Rather than going through the trash and into your childhood why you feel what you feel and trying to understand it, stop this way of explaining. You will always find the answer that you're looking for. The mere looking for it makes that you will find the answer to it. Seek and you will find. So if you have to find out something, then find out why it is that you keep holding on to the old story. Because that is what it is in the end, an old story. So having an explanation is just a way for you not to have to choose the new story. So rule number 2, stop trying to explain why things can't work out with someone. And the last thing that I want to say about this is Bentinho Massaro, I heard him explain in a video one time, and it was so crystal clear. How come you haven't made a particular choice yet? He said this: if your life depended on you changing your thoughts, so if you would have a life-threatening disease that asks of you that you only have positive and nourishing thoughts, you would definitely put in the work. But because now you think you have time to faff around, you are faffing around. So just decide to stop being a victim to your old story and start living the new story according to the new rules. Also decide that you will stop buying into the dating rules and ideas that have been made up by the collective and that don't serve you. They don't. So some more specific rules divided into old and new are: when they don't answer, they're just not that into me. That's an old rule. The new rule is, it means whatever I make it mean. And you know what? I choose to feel good now, and I will hear from them. And even if I don't hear from them anytime soon, I have enough fun things to do, so whenever I'm aligned, things will turn out exactly as I want them to. Old rule. I will wait super long to reply back because they have waited so many hours, minutes, days to answer me too. The new rule. If you are playing games, you can play them until you fall over. The mere fact of you seeing it this way, they took so long to answer me, makes it into a game. And if you feel like you're going into a game, pause, take a breath, leave the whole situation altogether, and come back to it when you feel centered again. Even if this means that it will take you a couple of days. And I'm seriously not kidding here. Even if it takes you a week, a month, this here is about you. It's about your life, your love life, and creating the best love relationship for yourself. And your one, they can take all of it. They can wait. Why? Because you create them. You choose them. They are the best one for you, and because they are super okay with you taking time with however long you need to get your bearings. The next rule is based on this one as well. The old rule is I need to be quick, I need to reply quick, otherwise they think I won't be interested. The new rule is take your time, put yourself first, and only reply or respond when you feel aligned. You create the communication with this other person, and it is what you make it. If you think they don't have the patience to wait, they won't have the patience. You write the script, remember? And moreover, do you want to create a monster? I don't think so. No, you're creating the best person for you. The sexiest, most wonderful and loving person for you that is head over heels in love with you. And you know why? Because you are head over heels in love with yourself. You know how to treat you, and you always put yourself first. And that is a super attractive quality in anyone. It means this person respects themselves, and when they respect themselves, they respect others. So put the time in you. Also, haste and panicky and being quick, it comes from lack. It comes from not having enough time, and not feeling and having enough time comes from, yes, lack. So the last one that I want to share with you here is they haven't contacted me in days, and now I'm really worried and I feel crap. The new rule is feel good no matter what. Feel good no matter what you think is going on the outside. Become so strong mentally, so strong and self-centered and focused on the positive that nothing can make you feel crappy about yourself or about your love life. That's really all there is to anything. Feeling good no matter what. There are many more old rules and new rules, but you know what? You can figure them out, as I said in the beginning. The chances are the first thing you think in response to a situation, when it's like this automated response, it's probably an old rule. And when you know that it's an old rule because you feel it and it feels icky, automatically follows the new rule is the polar opposite to the old one. So to recap, before I leave you to be your amazing, wonderful, self-loving, beautiful self, dating is always about you. And if you're worried about what the other person thinks, if you're worried about, well, I'm putting in the work, but they don't. First of all, it's an old rule. And second of all, You can only have a partner that puts in the work as well, because you're creating them. You choose the version of them by your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs. And when you know really well what it is that you want in another person, and if you can go into that feeling of ease, of, oh, yes, this is what I want to feel. This is my one. This is how they feel. Then you attract this person, or you change the person you're with now into that. Because that's law. It can be any different. Lastly, don't talk to me about egotistical SPs or narcissistic SPs or whatnot. Because, first of all, it's not even a thing. It is something that is invented by well meaning people, but they don't understand shit. Like, it's fine if they want to think this way. Really, like, if you want to think this way, do it. But I don't want to live that way, and it's also not something that I recommend to you either. Either create your life, your love, your dating life the way you want it, or give your power away. It's actually either of these choices. So, before I go, I want to say, don't worry your beautiful heart, your beautiful head, your beautiful light about anything that is happening seemingly outside of you. Everything comes from you. So if anything is happening that you don't want, center yourself, go into stillness, breathe and stop. I was thinking about this, about this track of A Tribe Called Quest. I almost sang it for you. I won't. Go into stillness, and breathe, and stop interacting with anything outside of you. Come back to it when you feel centered again, when you are on the new rule track again. So I had a very interesting situation happen recently that perfectly demonstrates how all of this works in practice. Because the theory is nice, I mean, it makes sense, right? But then if you can't practice this, there is no value in it at all. So if you'd like to dive deeper into this stuff, into this dating with confidence, into being the conscious creator of your dating and your love life, you can head over to my Patreon. It's a paid Patreon, and I will not only share in depth about my own experiences, but I will also answer your personal questions. And if for whatever reason you don't want to join my Patreon, I love you just the same, and I wish you an amazing dating and love life. So if you're hearing this on my YouTube channel, go to the description for the link to the blog that belongs to this audio. And you can also find the link to my Patreon there. So much love, and see you in the next.